What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's me, Mikey fucking Pipes. Can you believe it's July already? Wow. It's July 1st here in the great communist state of New York. About to get even more communist in New York City in November's election when they vote in a socialist mayor. I think that they really want to beat Chicago and London for being the worst cities in the world. I really do. Anyway, I gotta tell you a story. Story of HVAC and your neighbor. Yep. Oh, wow. Big construction project there. By the way, we're driving through Malvern. Malvern is a incorporated village in Nassau County, near Lynbrook and Franklin Square, surrounded by like West Hempstead and Valley Stream. Malvern, very nice, patriotic. I believe it's a very patriotic village because look, you have American flags everywhere. Beautiful, I love it. I love American flags. I love America. If you love America, I want you to smash that thumbs up button, folks. Smash that thumbs up button, like that guy. You know that guy loves America too. I love him. Love that guy. But that guy in that I-3, yeah, he's probably a Democrat. Just keeping it real. So the story goes like this. Sunday morning, which was the day before yesterday, it's approximately 6:15 in the morning. I hear a conversation. It's coming from outside my house. I hear this conversation, and it's like a couple guys talking. So I look at my cameras. I don't want to get out of bed because, you know, you're going to ruin the mood. I'm already up at this point, you know. And I look at my camera app, and I see that the next door neighbor, and I really only have one next door neighbor, direct next door neighbor. The HVAC contractor's there on the side of the house, and putzing around with the air conditioning. Now, 2 days before that, which was Friday afternoon, the air conditioning contractor was there with a jug of 410A, two systems that are there, and you know, they're charging up the system. You know, there's no scale, by the way, just some Elitech refrigeration manifold gauges, no scale, and a can of R410A upside down. I'm like, another example of gas and go. Maybe they weigh it after the fact. I've heard that excuse before, by the way, where they know how much is in the can, and they'll weigh it when they bring it back to the truck because it's one less thing to bring to the side of the house. Yeah, folks, you can't make this stuff up. So I'm like, hey, good for them, gassing and going. I hope they fucked them hard. My neighbor's really not that neighborly. You know, only when they need something, like after Hurricane Sandy when they had no power and no heat in their home and they were cold and they wanted to come into my house and warm up, you know, because I'm the nice guy. But, you know, when, you know, 2 days after the fact, when, you know, I had, you know, tree removal companies using, you know, the shared, like, little strip of land, you know, they were bitching and yelling like, oh, it's Shabbos and you're on my property taking down trees. Mind you, there ended up being their trees, which I paid to get rid of. Well, it's a whole nother story, folks. So I'm like, I hope they stuck them right in the keister real fucking hard. You know what I mean? Because this is not nice neighbors. But thank God they spend the majority of their time throughout the year in Israel. Because if they lived there all the time, I'll pull my hair out. I really would. I would really pull my hair out. So anyway, Sunday morning, early in the morning, here they are, installing a new Amana R32 outdoor unit and pieces of the air handler, like the case of the air handler and the evaporator coil is on the driveway. Okay. Wow, like you got a company to come out on a Sunday to swap out your air conditioning system. Impressive. I would never install an air conditioning system on a Sunday. Never. That's just, weekends are reserved for families and emergencies. So, it's 6:15 in the morning, folks. Okay, this story's going to be good. Trust me. It's going to be good. And it's closer to like 1 o'clock now in the afternoon. I guess I want to call him the boss. He's in a black pickup truck. He's going back and forth. You see him leave, you see him come back 10 minutes later, you see him leave, you see him come back 15 minutes later, you see him leave, comes back 20 minutes later. Back and forth for like multiple trips. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And finally at around 6 o'clock, they were packing up to go. I'm like, damn! 12 hours to replace an outdoor condensing unit and an air handler. Oh my God, on a Sunday, no less. Oh my God. Can you believe that? But folks, the story doesn't end there. Trust me, the story doesn't end there. I would not tell a bullshit story. I kid you not. I would not tell a bullshit story. If I'm going to tell you a story, it's going to be worth your time because I value your guys' time. I really do. I really, really do. And I need to tell entertaining stories on the Uncensored channel. On the Mikey Pipes Pipe Doctor channel, I try to educate and entertain. But here, I want to shoot the shit with you guys. All right? Because you guys are fucking hungry for food content. And whether or not this is breakfast, lunch, or dinner for you, or even dessert, or midnight fucking snacks, grabbing some gummy bears from your junk drawer. It's fucking gonna be good content. So 12 hours almost to install a central AC system. Yesterday, Monday, I want to say it's probably around, I'm gonna guess like 2:30. 2:30, I get home, and walk inside my house, nice and cold, right? And I notice when I get home, in a few minutes after I get home, I take the dogs for a walk. And I notice in those couple minutes that the air conditioning company are back. They're back, right? The white truck, that lettered white truck, and the black pickup truck are back. And they're now on the side of the house with the homeowner, staring at the unit they installed. All three of them. And all three of them have their hands crossed, right? Their arms crossed. Sorry, not hands. Their arms crossed. And they're staring at this unit. And one guy goes to shake his head. I look over, right? I got the dogs. And I just start laughing. And they're looking at me. And I just start laughing. I shake my head like in a downward motion. Like, what the fuck? Right? And this is around, now it's like probably around 2:40-ish, right? I got home around 2:30. I'm inside for maybe, I think I had a glass of water. I was thirsty, with ice water. And I go walk the dogs. Look at this, disgusting. Blocking traffic to drop your kids off Rolling River Day Camp. So, I walk the dogs around the block, right? And when I come back around, now all three of them are still out there, and then they got the gauges hooked up to the unit they just installed the day before, on Sunday. She's taking a nice picture of a crane digging. They're digging a crane. So, and I'm just, whatever. They probably have a leak in the system, or it must be the TXV. It's got to be the TXV, right? So I go outside my backyard, about to go into the pool. My wife's outside hanging out, and my in-laws are still in my house. By the way, they've occupied my house since last Tuesday. They're leaving tomorrow morning. They're occupiers. So my father-in-law goes, these fucking asshole neighbors, they don't use you. It's like, I don't want to service them. No, I don't want to service the neighbors. I service a few select neighbors only because they're nice people. But I don't want to service the neighbors. So anyway, it gets better, folks. It gets better. So now it's around, I don't know, it's like around 5 o'clock. I went to the supermarket and I picked up stuff. I forgot what I picked up, but whatever, it's a moot point. Trust me, it's a moot point. And they're still there. Now they have a can of R32. And I assume it's R32. It's white, right? And I don't really see any lettering, but I know the Amana that they installed the day before is an R32 system because I see the sticker. And now they got a can of refrigerant. And they were there until almost 8 o'clock. And I'm going to assume that there's a leak or there's a problem with the TXV. But you know what? It serves them right. 6:15 in the fucking morning on a Sunday. You're going to fucking make noise on the side of a house while people are trying to sleep. Disgusting. You know what? Karma. Karma. Karma for all parties involved. The contractor and the neighbor. You're going to fucking have your contractor come over at 6 o'clock in the fucking morning on a Sunday and make noise and wake me up? Disgusting. Absolutely fucking disgusting. So there you have it, folks. That's my story. Hope you enjoyed the story. While we drove from Malvern through parts of Lynbrook into East Rockaway. Now we're in Oceanside. I'm going to be driving through Island Park. Look at this schlepper. Come on, folks. I'm going to be driving through Island Park, through Long Beach, going to Lido Beach. We have a residential client that's got a problem with their pool heater. I think it's a heat pump. So that falls under HVAC. R. Yep. Good stuff, folks. Good stuff. Thank you for letting me rant this morning. Karma's a bitch, motherfuckers. Karma's a bitch. Catch you in the next one. Be well. God bless. Stay safe.